For Republicans in Congress who think they can oppose funding for Ukraine and not be held accountable, history is watching. History is watching. History is watching. Failure to support Ukraine at this critical moment will never be forgotten. And the way it works is we supply Ukraine with military equipment from our stockpiles. And then we spend our money replenishing those stockpiles so our military has access to them. Stockpiles that are made right here in America by American workers. God bless you all. May God protect our speakers. And I promise I'll come back and answer questions later. Thank you.
When Trump said that, sir, what did Putin hear?
What's plan B if the speaker doesn't act?
Sir, the hostages.
Good afternoon. Before we begin, I'm going to make this statement. Let us stand in its own. I'm not going to take any questions, but I'll be taking questions tomorrow and the next day.
I talk to President Biden, regularly, sometimes several times in a week, or usually several times in a week. His mental acuity is great. It's fine. It's as good as it's been over the years. I've been speaking to him for 30 years since we worked on the Brady bill and the assault weapons ban when I was a young congressman. He's fine. All this right-wing propaganda that his mental acuity has declined is wrong. He's going to win the election because he has a great record, because more and more Americans are seeing that record.
I assume these aren't the kind of numbers that you guys want to see, an increase on the monthly, annualized, and core inflation rate.
You know what? I always look at the data picture. Don't overly weight one data point, and the overall picture looks good.
Go back to a question that Admiral Kirby was asked about President Biden yesterday, now saying 27,000 Palestinians. That appeared to be numbers from the Gaza Health Ministry. Last fall, President Biden said he had, quote, no confidence in those figures because of the health ministry's ties to Hamas. Does President Biden and the White House now have confidence in the figures coming from the Gaza Health Ministry?
So the Admiral kind of went into this a couple times with some of your colleagues about there's data out there.
Return to what Joey was asking about with the numbers, because the president is not generically saying or broadly estimating thousands of lives have been lost. He's saying a very specific number of 27,000. So if he's not relying on the Gaza Health Ministry numbers that he's previously disparaged, what is he relying on something else to arrive at that figure?
So the Admiral spoke to this and he said there's data out there. So
27,000 is a lot more than thousands.
No, but I hear you. No, I hear you. And I'm not going to refute what the president said, obviously. And that's too many, right? We say one is too many. The number should be 0. And so what the president wanted to do yesterday is make sure that, he was very clear that, I'll just leave it there. I know that Admiral Kirby spoke to data that's out there, so obviously I would refer you to him.
You guys aren't citing other data necessarily. I was assuming that you're just sort of saying public data so that you don't have to admit that he's using these numbers.
I hear you, Matt. I'm going to have to refer you to what the Admiral said.